And those charges are easy to oppose without no problems at all. They have documentations, you know, of what he stole and what he did and human rights violations, how many people were killed, you know, in the process of overthrowing him, how many people were brutalized by his secret police. All those are documented by Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch. You know, it's well documented, and by the Haitian, you know, Human Rights Commission. So there's no problem doing that. But the problem is that this is a very bad time to create any kind of political, you know, uncertainty in Haiti, given the trauma of the earthquake has created in the society. That's the problem. But insofar as a democratic society is concerned, you know, I think this is the right time for President Aristide to come back. I know the United States and some French and all this don't want that at all. Because
why would they oppose? Why would we in the United States and the Western world oppose Mr. Aristide?
Well, Aristide is still a very popular figure in Haiti. Now, if he runs against anybody in that country, he will win. Yeah, so he's popular, but at the same time, the United States and the French government think he's a polarizing figure. That if he comes back to the country, there'll be serious problems. But anyway, if you have democracy, that's the problems you have to face. If somebody is popular, isn't it what it is? The popular person wins the election. So if you still popular amongst the people, then he should, he should be allowed to come back to the country. He should be allowed to run for office. But the problem is this. The French definitely don't want him back in that country in power. You see, when he was in power, the first thing he did was what? Ask the French to repay back all that reparation that Haiti has paid to France. Oh, yes. So he was getting ready to, he even went to United Nations and said it. He wants them to calculate every nickel and dime Haitians have paid to the French to be refunded. And
he was really talking about reparations.
Absolutely, repay back exactly as a reparation to Haiti. And Sarkozy and the rest and the French, you know, elite do not want to hear that at all. That's the last thing they want to hear. And so for him, for the French, Aristide is a dangerous figure to have in there. And also for business people, even American business enterprises in Haiti, Aristide is a dangerous person for them because when he came in really, when he came to power in Haiti, the first thing he did was say, hey, everybody who has business in this country, particularly the foreign-owned businesses, have to start paying Haitians the way they pay their own workers in the United States. Now, along the Dominican...
Equity and...
Equity, yes. If you are paying, you know, textile workers in the U.S. $8, the same you pay our Haitian workers in Haiti. Along the Dominican-Haitian border, a lot of textile factories are lined up there. Haitians working there are not paid the same way.
So that's the real problem in terms of Haitian trying to find jobs and accept.
That's correct.
Textile is...
That's correct. He insisted on that pay equity. And the, you know, American business community didn't want to hear that. And not only that, he insisted that the mulatto elite, who make millions of dollars a year and don't pay a dime in taxes, that's how they accumulate those money. He asked every one of them to start paying their fair share of taxes. If you make $1 million, it's not bad for you to pay $200,000 in taxes, like we do here. But they say, no. This man is bringing another, we don't want to hear that. So they don't want to receive either. So even that rebellion, so-called rebellion, which wasn't even a rebellion in 2004, that led to his overthrow, was inspired by the mulatto business persons. Okay? Yeah, there were no rebels at all. Colin Powell can even tell you that. There weren't any rebels. There were a few criminals who were armed, you know, giving some rifles across the Dominican Republic to Haiti to make some noise. And that
there was no real revolution.
There was no revolution, nothing like that. Okay, it was orchestrated by the United States and other governments to get rid of him. And that's the bottom line, because he is strongly opposed to exploitation of Haitians. And of course, who wouldn't want that? You want your own, you know, workers paid the same. If you're president of a country, you want people to pay taxes. If people don't pay taxes, how do you build the roads? How do you build the hospitals? And that's part and parcel why the Haitian infrastructure is decaying and there's no money. Because those who actually are making the money are not putting back in the system.
Okay, Dr. Madu, we've got about a minute and a half here. Where do we go from here with Haiti? A minute and a half now.
Well, for anything to happen in Haiti, the reconstruction has to, you know, be complete.
How do we do? How do we do that? I mean,
well, number one is that the government of Haiti has to be more responsive. You know, from what I understand, a lot of the bureaucrats are busy putting obstacles on the way of people who are coming there to help them. I understand last time at the Port-au-Prince Airport, there are so many trucks lined up. But from what I heard, some of the Haitian government officials were asking them for bribes before they even offload their things. Yes, that has to stop. You know, you can't be asking people to pay you again who are coming to help you.
That's right. Sending aid to you, and then you have to be paid to move that aid.
Paid again to move that aid. That's not acceptable at all. And I know now Preval himself is getting ready to leave. He's a straightforward man himself. He's not corrupt. But those around him are busy trying to make money out of the misery of the Haitian people. And that has to stop before anything actually is done.
And so I guess, Dr. Madu, over the last half minute that we have here, I guess it might be appropriate to say that it seems that the miseries of the Haitian people are just about to continue on and on and on, because I don't see any kind of silver lining that you've pointed out or anybody else has pointed out in reference to it. It seems that they're just destined to suffer because of the first great mistake they made. And the first great mistake they made was to follow Toussaint Louverture against the French. I mean, that's a terrible thing to say, but unless some kind of enlightened situation developed, that seems to be their fate.
That's true. That's unfortunate.
And of course, let me thank you, Dr. Madu, as we end the show for today, for coming by and giving us that excellent information. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you, and